Close your eyes and inhale the aromas of lavender, wildflowers, fresh honey and almonds, olives, young wine, pines and cypresses. Listen and hear the songs of birds and chirping crickets, the murmur of azure clear water, the rustling of grass and flowers in the breeze, and beautiful soft music. Warm sea, sandy beaches, stunning cuisine and fine wines, fascinating walks through narrow streets filled with the history of many centuries, the oldest port in Europe with beautiful yachts. All this is Marseille, the city where the history of Lambre began. There, the very idea of Lambre was born, and there from Lambre draws its charm, hidden in the unique French atmosphere. So, what is Lambre? Delightful fragrances, which inspired by the richness and variety of Provence. Gentle and light skincare products to highlight and preserve women's beauty. Motley palette of color cosmetics, with shades borrowed from nature.
Before a perfumer begins creating aromatic compositions, he should have on hand all the necessary components, that is, particular aromatic oils. Firstly, special attention is paid to growing and caring for those plants, which in future will go through a process of distillation and become a natural concentrated essential oil. This is what has been doing for many years the family of Mr. Marc Shiraz in the Saul village in the south of France, which is known for picturesque landscapes purple from lavender fields. The owner of this land, situated on a plateau, from 1700 is Shiraz family. Each generation built and developed the mansion, which today looks that way. For centuries we are here involved in the production of lavender. How does the lavender story begin? At first, I sow the grain. I sow seeds either in November or in March. I plant sprouts. Then it is weeded, processed in order to harvest it in July to August. Next comes the distillation process to get aromatic oil. In the winter, we give lavender to relax, and then the cycle begins anew. More detailed information about the distillation process. The first step is to leave the lavender for 3 to 4 days to ensure that it withered, and then perform the distillation using rainwater. This method is unique. Only we use it. This unique method allows us to create a high-quality product. I produce about 2 tons of lavender oil.
Let's start with the fragrances and see where and how they are created. In this part of the world, in places like this, the world's best fragrances are created. Lambre chose these beautiful surroundings and ability to use fascinating experience of many generations of French perfumers for creating its own perfumery collection. Every component, every note in an aromatic composition, it's a long, hard work of a perfumery experts team. Mr. Bertrand Duchefort, the perfume creator, will tell us what contains the process of creating a perfume such as Amalthea. How to begin, what are the stages of creating a perfume, and how many components a perfumer needs to create a fragrance.
Before I talk about perfumes and their creation, I would like to explain who their creator is. In my opinion, the perfume creator is not only a technician, but above all, an artist, a creative nature. He must study the world of perfumery to learn to memorize certain aromatic compositions and components, which after that he should mix in a certain order to implement his plan. Education of the profession takes a long time, about 10 to 15 years. The creator clearly measures the components and connects all to the so-called formula. The formula is like a culinary recipe. The only difference is that this perfume recipe should be made with extraordinary precision and mastery. For example, the wrongly injected foundation could lose its properties. Therefore, the perfume creator must create a formula which would correspond to different foundations. General base, base commune, the basis for candles, base bougie, or the basis for a shower gel. In the process of creation, from 10 to 15 components are used. A primary raw material, synthetic or natural synthetic materials. A mixture consisting of 30, 40, 50 components based on synthetic or natural materials can be used to create more sophisticated products such as toilet water, fragrances, and world-known perfumery. Such formula allows you to create an aromatic composition which does not lose quality of primary raw material through time. Stability depends on the quality of molecular compounds. If the foundation is not solid, stable, and easily evaporates, therefore the fragrance from your skin will disappear pretty quickly. If it is a rich, dense, then it could be used as an extract in creating perfumes. Will stay on the skin for about 10 minutes to 1 hour.
Dans les notes de cœur des parfums, elle aura une espérance de vie plus importante et agira pendant de 10 minutes à 1 heure sur la peau.
Perfume creator should bear in mind the quality of the internal structure and should make such a composition that would suit each of the 3 levels of the perfume pyramid. First level, the top notes, head notes. The second, the middle notes, heart notes, and base notes, the trail notes. Top notes correspond to products with high volatility. Heart notes to more steady products, which aroma stays on the skin for longer time. Trail notes correspond to products that stay on the skin for a long time, remain in the memory, and give the fragrances volume and shape. That's all to know about perfume making. Then, when the fragrance is ready and set up in accordance with the requirements of the client, after the tests, which may last from several months to a year, only then we can say that the perfume is ready. Perfumes are created to lead men and women into temptation. Perfumes are a way to express individuality, to emphasize character, as well as the way to tempt and seduce. They emphasize our charm and our nature.
We are accompanied by Laurent Lucasson, the production manager. Mr. Lucasson, please tell us, how does this machine works?
Hello, we are in front of the PLC, automatic machine, Produkcja. It is intended to sample taking. It realizes 60% of sample taking. The rest is made by the laboratory. Each head, we have 5, consists of 5 primary raw materials. The last head is designed for natural raw materials. On each of the heads, we have a balance weigh with an accuracy of 300 hundredths. We can weigh the pots from 0 to 70 grams. We are now in production. 3 machines enable us to realize weighing. Behind me, Roxana can weigh pots from 0 to 500 grams. We are going to read a barcode label and weigh each of raw materials from 0.5 grams to 500 grams. The raw materials contained in cans behind me, and each can is a unique location with a single primary raw material. The PLC, automatic machine, will then perform the weighing within each of the cans. We carry out 75% weighing automatically. We work 24 by 24 at night without human help. Weighing machines can handle alone. We are now in front of Roxana, our second controller that carries out weighing from 50 grams to 50 kilograms. We have all the raw materials stored upstairs, and we weigh them using hydrostatic weighing. Thanks to these pipes, the PLC will grab a pot and go to each raw material to weigh the raw material desired. As with other machines, we have barcode labels that allow for full traceability. Roxana D, our third PLC, allows for automatic weighing from 9 kilograms to 900 kilograms, thanks to containers stored on the mezzanine. We have 13 raw materials in very large quantities. We are one of 3 factories from Technico Floor Group, and we produce each year 8 of 50 fragrances that are shipped internationally to 50 countries. Each perfume goes through several stages of quality control so as to completely match with the ordered recipe. For a detailed course of these processes, oversees Mrs. Frédéric Leroux Laboratory. We are in a laboratory of chromatographic control. Here we analyze the raw materials that enter the technical floor and all final products produced at technical floor. The products are introduced into small bottles. Then we have an automatic injector that will come there. The bottle will be placed there, after what an automatic injector will take the product to be injected into the device.
Là, vous avez un injecteur automatique qui va prendre le produit pour l'injecter dans l'appareil. À l'intérieur, vous avez un
Inside you have a column system. In an over is very hot.
Dans un four, c'est très chaud. Et les produits,
Here the mixture is injected. Its components are separated to obtain what is called a
sont
chromatogram.
séparés pour obtenir ce qu'on appelle un chromatogramme. Un chromatogramme, c'est
A
un dessin
chromotogram
comme
is a
ça,
drawing like this,
où chaque
where each peak correspond a raw
pic
material for
correspond à une
perfume.
matière première du parfum. Ici, au contrôle,
So here we check every
chaque
product. The
dessin
drawing
produit
must match the
doit
previous production.
correspondre à la production précédente. Si
If the
l'image
image
n'est pas
is
la
not the
même
same as the
que la
previous
production
generation,
précédente,
there is
c'est
a
qu'il y a
problem
un
in the
problème
control.
dans le contrôle.
We were the lucky witnesses of the first stage of perfume creating, and now we're going to another factory where we will be able to see the second stage. It is called maceration. So, now we arrived at another factory and we'll have pleasure to talk with the owner, Laurent Cohen, about the maceration process. So, Mr. Cohen, please tell us, how long have you been involved in the perfume industry?
The perfume is our profession since 1934. My grandfather found this profession over 75 years ago. Today we work on the concentrates to offer consumers the best natural essences.
And now please tell us, what are the stages of maceration process? How long time it needs, and what will be the result of maceration?
Maceration consists of 3 steps. Each of these steps is very important for product quality. The first step is mixing. We mix the water, alcohol, and perfume concentrate. The second step is maceration, which lasts 3 weeks. At the end of this maceration, we make a final filtration that allows us to remove all impurities and to offer consumers a quality perfume.
Mr. Cohen, I see bottles with different tints of color. What is the difference between them?
Indeed, perfumes can have different colors. Concentrates contain many natural components, and all natural products can evolve differently over time. Therefore, the same eau de toilette can have 2 different colors.
How many liters of perfume are a machine processed every year?
In our factory, we produce more than 500,000 liters of perfume every year. During the maturing scent in the process of maceration, to the French production unit are delivered numerous labels, cartons, and glass perfume bottles designed and manufactured in Poland by Lambre. Each pattern on the package was thought out and created exclusively for Lambre. High-quality glass for our flakons is produced by the German company Heinz Glass, located in city Działdowo in Poland. Each bottle has decorative elements, pomp and cap, made in several countries in Europe and China. Harmonization of manufacturing processes, is a complicated logistical challenge. It is controlled by specialists in Lambre offices in Poland and France. After coordination of all stages, we can proceed to the final process of filling.
Now we are facing the process of bottling, and we are accompanied by the industrial director, Demian Perry. So, Mr. Perry, what is it in this place?
Hello, Julia. This is our filling process.
So, Mr. Perry, what makes your factory one of the best, talking about quality, in France?
We use high-efficiency compact machines that allow us a productivity of about 1,500 to 2,000 units per
How
hour.
does the process of filling looks like?
You'll notice, Julia, that the filling is made 3 times to ensure constant filling level consistent with the legislation. Then you can see the fastening of pumps and placing the covers.
What are you doing there?
The next step is the labeling and marking to ensure traceability.
How do you control the quality of the product?
Julia, talking about quality level, we have several controls, including a vacuum leak test that controls possible leaks at fastening stage. Flakens after filling, corresponding labeling, and fastening of pumps, as well as vacuum leak testing, gets into the ready-to-transport containers. Bottles prepared in this manner leave French territory and are transported to the Polish factory, where they undergo the final stage of packing and preparation for sale. Julia, welcome in Poland, where the final stage of production takes place. There in Poland, packaging process is carried out, as well as quality control of all production, along with packaging arrangement and preparation delivery of goods to customers around the world. Before packaging, the products go through sampling control, where their physical and chemical quality, stability are verified, and dermatological tests are made. After passing through all these complicated stages, perfume, of which we dreamed of, is ready to travel to the final purchaser, near and far. The company's products get to millions of Lambre customers from dozens of countries around the world. For many years, Lambre products gladden our customers, helping to reflect their personality and daily mood. They bring the magic and emotion, adding elegance and refinement to everyday life of our customers.